Hey, what's going on, people? It's Terrell Andretti back again, and I am the Narc Nemesis. For those of y'all that are watching me on YouTube, y'all please hit the subscribe button and please like the video so we can help push this content out because there's a lot of people that need this content just like you do. Um, I'm diving in again on the illusion of the discard. I'm making so many videos on this subject because I feel like this is one of the most painful part of this experience besides the actual abuse, which it is tied into the abuse. But a lot of, for a lot of people, this is like the death blow of everything, being discarded. If you weren't blessed enough to discard them first, it leaves you with a lot of questions. It leaves you wanting answers, and it leaves you completely broken, which is exactly what it's designed to do. I want to tap more into this because I want y'all to understand that the discard, it is an illusion. It's also an orchestration. All of it's for a specific reason. A lot of y'all have been discarded, and it's really to make a statement. It's really strategic how they discard you, why they discard you. A lot of people you're discarded maybe because you got too close to figuring out who they really are. You got discarded because you started reminding them of who they really are. You're not idolizing the false self anymore. You're not catering to their needs anymore. You're starting to take your power back. You might have been educated. You might have ran across my videos. You might have ran across somebody else's videos. You might have ran across a Facebook group in a community that specializes in this subject. Shout out exposing the narcissist. Um, it's a very strategic and devastating tactic that they use, and it's designed to cause you the most pain possible. The reason why it's designed to cause you the most pain possible is because by human nature, first of all, this is not their first time doing this to somebody. It's not their second, it's not their third. They have a long history of doing this to people. If you knew how long of a history, you probably would go take a bath right now because they're very skilled at abuse. They're very skilled at gauging somebody's reaction to a current situation. Now, they lack the ability of foresight, which means they lack the ability to say, hey, if I do this right now, it's going to go affect this in the long run, which is where they make their mistake. But anyway, they do this to break you down so low to a point where when they leave, see, the thing is, they're always going to double. I'm not going to say always, but 99% of the time, they're always going to double back. 100% of the time, they're going to keep tabs on you to track your progress. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, they want to break you down to a point to where if you come back, you would demand a conversation with them because of how broken they left you. And by human nature, you're going to want answers, which is obvious. You're going to want answers. You're going to want to figure out what the hell is going on. Why did you do this? Why did you do that? So that's a gateway for them to have some kind of contact with you again. Once you know this, it'll be easier to go into no contact because you can set your watch to it. They're going to come back in some shape or form. And they're always watching you. Until the day one of y'all die, they are watching you and they're tracking your progress. But anyway, I see too, a lot of you guys, y'all want to warn the new supply. Y'all feel bad for the new supply. Y'all, y'all are merciful toward the new supply. I'm going to tell you why that's a bad idea. And this isn't 100% of the time. I give it about a 95% of the time, which is good enough in my book. That percentage of the time, that new supply that you want to save and warn so desperately already knew you were in a relationship with the narcissist. They actually helped the narcissist abuse you. I'm gonna tell you how all that triangulation, and you think that was by chance. Sometimes you might have caught them red-handed and they couldn't, shake it because you caught them. But a lot of the times they wanted you to catch them. Why? Because if they see y'all, if you see them with somebody else or texting somebody else or involved with somebody else, somebody keeps popping up in their life or whatever, especially if it's an ex. Human nature, and I've done this too, you subconsciously want to prove yourself over that person. So you start doing more for them. You can catch them texting or delete numbers or whatever. In return, you probably go in there and give them the best sex of their life. You probably give them more money. You probably do this. You probably start catering hand and foot. You go cook them their favorite meal or whatever because you love that person. She's like, no, you're not gonna take my love away from me. You know what I'm saying? My person away from me, which is how you're feeling about the narcissist. So you start doing more. And in return, the narcissist and the new supply, in some ways, they're sitting back laughing at you. The narcissist is also telling the new supply all your damn business. So this same person that y'all feel sorry for, and I'm not, by any means, I'm not saying you're a bad person for feeling like this. It actually shows the humanity in you. You know what I'm saying? By wanting to help somebody, but I need y'all to understand, most of these people were involved in the orchestration of your abuse. They knew about you. And the narcissists and them, they were sitting back laughing because they know you're hurt. They know you're looking for answers. They know you're trying to figure stuff out, and they get a kick out of this. 9 times out of 10, the other suppliers are narcissists as well. So they're both getting fuel. Matter of fact, they're getting double fuel, playing the new supply on you, and the kick they're getting out of the new supply and the kick they're getting out of knowing the new supply is hurting you. That's why I tell a lot of y'all, man, get off of their social media. Stop looking as soon as you can. Like, that's one thing I did early. When I knew, hey, this is the end of the rope, this is your last straw, I blocked her. I'm not gonna say immediately. It took me about a month to block her on social media. So I'm still hurt. I still wanted answers. I'm not gonna say I started self-approving immediately because I was already in the gym, but I started going twice a day instead of once a day. So I wanted her to see that. I wanted her to see, hey, you missed out on something awesome, which they know. They just have to trick you out of your value, which is what narcissists do. And they, like I said, they say all of these things. They attack your masculinity, your femininity. If you're a woman, they really attack your character. They attack the core of who you are because they're trying to trick you out of your value. Like I said in the last video, they had no business being with you. They tricked you into thinking, hey, you need me, or hey, I'm desirable in this manner, or hey, I have this much value. It was all a facade. To be honest, the value that you saw in them was your own value because they mirrored your behavior. So you basically saw yourself in them. That's what made you fall so hard, because you thought you finally found that missing piece. But they just reflected you back to you. And please don't beat yourself up too much about falling for this. You're human. I don't care how tough you want to be, how independent you want to be. It's human nature to want somebody to love you. You know what I'm saying? It's human nature to give love, and it's human nature to want love. Nobody is born a thug or a gang member or a rebel or, you know what I'm saying, tough guy, tough woman, whatever it is. The world slowly transforms you into these things. You know what I'm saying? Your natural instinct is to give love and want to receive love. So don't feel bad for falling for this. You're just being human. And you thought you found somebody. You know what I'm saying? So they have to trick you out of your value. They seen how valuable you were when they met you. You know what I'm saying? But the closer they got to you is, the more they start figuring out, I can't take this from them and take it somewhere else. Because as the saying goes, it's in you, it's not on you. So they can go mimic ambition. They can go mimic empathy. They can go mimic compassion. But the thing about when you mimic something is only good as the person who's mimicking it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like eventually that's gonna fade because it's not in that person. When something's in you, when something's internal, you can reproduce it at will because you are the creator of it. It's in you. You absorbed it. It's the essence of who you are. But if you're operating off of external, it's going to eventually fade because it's not coming from in here. It's not coming from the factory. It's bootleg. You know what I'm saying? So they have to trick you into giving that away. You know what I'm saying? Once they spend enough time with you, they start, like I said, they admire you for this in the beginning, but once they spend enough time with you, it pisses them off because they realize it puts a mirror in front of them showing what they're really not. See, the person that you present to them, that's who you really are. The person they present to you, that's not them. That's the character they made up, and they probably got most of the components from you. So I need y'all to understand all of this stuff that they do to y'all is with malicious intent. It is purposely meant to destroy you. The new supply, how low I told y'all, the new supply might not match up to you. First of all, they're probably low on supply. You were the best thing smoking in their life. But since you started catching on, see, like I said, after a while, they got to go back home. They got to go back to being low vibrational. You know what I'm saying? So their intent, they go pick the worst person that they can probably get their hands on because they know y'all are watching their social media. So they're probably taking pictures and doing all this, and they want to show this less of a person so you can start. So it's reactive abuse. It's further abuse even when you're not with them because you're steady questioning yourself, man, what does this person have that I don't have? And you're looking at the quality of that person and you're saying, well, I must be of the same caliber or lower caliber because this is what they left me for. Nah, they had to go roll back in the mud. Pigs like rolling in the mud, so they have to go back to their habitat. Don't feel sorry for this new supply. Like I said, they're probably sitting on the sidelines eating popcorn, watching you suffer. They know you're hurting. They know the narcissist is hurting you because 9 times out of 10, this ain't their first rodeo with the narcissist. So they probably know what the narcissist is all about. They're just ready for another turn because they might be bored, or like I said, they might be a narcissist and they might be in between supplies. So why not circle back? All of this abuse is, don't think they don't know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. They just lack impulse control. Whatever thought pops in their head, if it's cheating on you, if it's do this, if they cannot resist. They lack impulse control. It's part of their disorder. And like I told y'all before, every negative thing that they say about you, if they're talking down about you, they're saying you ain't this, you ain't that, you ain't this, and it has you questioning who you are. Don't take that personally. Because all that projection, all that negativity is really how they feel about themselves. Don't feel sorry for that new supply. I'm not saying wish bad on them either, but that's not your responsibility to warn them. Your responsibility now that you're out of that situation, or hopefully out of that situation, or hopefully on your way out of that situation, your responsibility right now is to take care of yourself. No matter, I know it hurts, I know it's painful, I know it's a new experience, but your main objective is to take care of yourself, heal yourself. Go to the gym, Read books, educate yourself as much as you can. Get around like-minded people, because 9 times out of 10 you're gonna lose a lot of friends because they're not gonna understand what you're going through, and a lot of them aren't even gonna try to understand what you're going through. Those are friends that you need to get away from you, and try to gravitate towards some like-minded people that understand, because it's going to expose a lot of your narcissistic friends too. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, don't feel sorry for the new supply. Don't, oh, I gotta warn them. It's not your job. If they're meant to be warned, God will warn them. It's not meant for you. You're supposed to be healing. You're supposed to be educating. You're supposed to be learning from this experience. Don't feel bad for their supply. Don't try to prove yourself to them. Don't try to prove yourself to the new supply. Try to go on with your life. If you need to go to therapy, go to therapy. If you need to listen to music, go listen to music. Do what you need to do to heal yourself. But like I said, understand that this is all created to do the most damage to you. It is an orchestration. All of this is planned. A lot of people are asking why? It's because the narcissist wants to get to you in the worst way. They know you're watching. They know how you feel. Like I said, they're masters at, I'll call it, like, reaction in the presence, like quick reaction. Oh, if I say this, he's gonna instantly do this. If I do this, he's gonna instantly do that. See, they're good at gauging short-term consequences. Sometimes, most of the time, they're good at judging reactions because they had practice. But what they do lack is, hey, if I do this to this person, they're never gonna speak to me again. That's where they lose. That's why it's important to go no contact, because it completely throws them for a loop. Because despite all the abuse, when you finally leave, they are shocked, they are dumbfounded, and they don't get why. Because you stayed for so long, and by you staying so long, in their head, oh well, they deserve it, and I can't be that bad because they came back. Nah. They are completely oblivious to long-term consequences. So when y'all get out of this, if you're out of this, you make them live with every damn piece of abuse they dealt out to you by never going back. Don't argue with them. Don't ask no questions. None of that. Because the true closure is inside of you. The true closure is going to be getting yourself together. Your true closure is going to be fixing everything that was damaged and making it better than before. Make them live with what they did to you. Because everything they did to you was intended to break you down in the worst way. And some of y'all can testify, at the end of their relationship, during that discard, that devalue phase, you didn't even know who the hell you were looking at anymore. I'm speaking on looking at yourself and looking at that person. I didn't recognize that woman. Her tone of voice even changed. And I remember sitting across the table one dinner we were having, and she was distant and wasn't saying nothing. And it almost came out my mouth. I almost said, this can't be you. Not my love, not my, not my sweetheart. This cannot be you. And I remember how cold I felt. I remember how empty I felt because before I discarded her, I started picking it up that, hey, this is going to end soon because she's different. And I know a lot of y'all can agree, y'all felt that cold feeling. Make them feel the same thing, because Whether you want to believe it or not, they intended for you not only to feel that way that you felt, but they wanted you to actually feel worse. That's my video, guys. Like I said, if y'all are watching me on YouTube, y'all hit the like button, subscribe, comment. If y'all have any video requests, please feel free to let me know. I know some of that I kind of repeated what I said in other videos, but I know a lot of people are just tuning in, and I know some people need reassurance, so I try to drive videos home. I try to drive points home because I really want y'all to get this information, and I really want y'all to heal and overcome this. It is a hard battle. Like I said, I'm going on 9 months post discard. I discarded her, and I probably saved my own damn life when I did. So I want to wish y'all peace, love, and healing. And until next time, another day, another way.